guarantee you thought otherwise. I guarantee you thought in order to lose fat you need to lose muscle. I guarantee you thought this, and I thought the same. Don't worry. In this video I'm going to tell you the exact opposite, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm basically going to just explain the principles of how you can just go about it. You can lose fat without losing muscle, right? And this is a complete misconception, and I thought the same too for a long time. Okay, so let's get into this. Where do I start? Okay, I'm ready, let's go. Okay, basically many years ago, right, so this is like telling a story to a kid. There just became this principle of whenever you go on a diet you have to lose muscle, and I thought the same too. Maybe you need to lose a slight bit of muscle, but maybe a slight bit that you can't even notice, right? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on this research, but I can tell you the almost definite, so just bear with me here. So there's an old principle that whenever you lost weight you basically had to lose muscle, right? And the main reason for this, I'm just shortening the whole story of like the research that I got from Lyle McDonald. Basically I'm just shortening the whole story. What they found is that most of the time, whether it was a fast diet like 3 weeks, real aggressive 800 caloric surplus, or a slow diet like 400 calorie 300 calories deficit. I said surplus, sorry, deficit. We're trying to lose weight obviously, so you get what I'm trying to say. You can even do it fast, a bigger deficit, or slow, a smaller deficit, right? And obviously the smaller deficit is going to be better in, actually no, it's not going to be better at all, and here's why. Because the shorter the fast what can we call it, diet, the larger deficit is going to go over quicker, right? So that's 3 weeks, and then the long diet is, let's say 6 to 8 weeks, right? So I personally recommend the 3 weeks one if you want to lose weight fast. And what I'm trying to tell you here is you don't have to lose muscle whether you do each one, the long one or the slow one. Not one of them is actually more beneficial. In fact, excuse me, I think the faster diet and the just short-term one is, oh excuse me, I've got hiccups, it's probably the most beneficial. And here's why. Listen, just listen. If you get anything from this video, listen to this. If you get enough protein, right, if you get enough protein you will not lose muscle, alright? This is very important, and these are the 3 aspects. You will not lose muscle if you get enough protein. You continue with your heavy weight training, try and increase your strength or at least maintain it, and don't do way too much cardio, like high intensity interval training every single day. Those 3 main aspects and you won't lose muscle, right? So you're probably thinking, okay, this guy's talking about protein. Now how much protein should I get? Personally, I recommend, especially if you're in a big deficit, probably at least 1.1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That's the least, and probably around the maximum can be quite a lot, but I'd say probably 1.5 grams per pound of body weight of protein should be fine. That should be a good figure. In fact, when I was dieting, I think it was around 1.3 or 1.4, and yeah, so I don't think I lost much muscle, and I always try to increase my strength while maintain it, and I definitely did maintain it. And just to be honest, the workouts obviously do suck, and my cardio was measured correctly. So yeah, basically the purpose of this video is being a bit all over the place, but you don't need to lose muscle when dieting, right? No matter if you do it aggressively or, like we said, there's a long-term approach. And like I said before, I did think otherwise, because the research I've done before from a bit of like, how can we say, people on YouTube, right? They say you do lose some muscle when you're in a deficit, and I still have a slight hypothesis, I think I could say, that you do lose a slight bit, but if you have a high protein intake you probably won't lose much at all. Increase your strength. Basically what I've been figuring out, if you measure your strength in the gym, right, it kind of tells you where you're at with your muscle sometimes. I just find it, for example, like I've been in the gym trying to increase my strength, and all the lifts that I've increased, I can see that my muscles grow, right? So I can see my shoulders, they've grown since I've lifting more on the dumbbell shoulder press. My chest hasn't grown because I haven't really lifted more on my chest. But pull-ups, my back has grown. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Strength is kind of a slight measurement to muscle growth, a correlation I could say, but it's not always. So that's just a hypothesis. That's another little video. But I'm ranting so much here. What I'm trying to tell you is here that you don't need to lose muscle in order to lose weight, and you don't always need to do a long term approach. Of course, if you a bodybuilder, you're not gonna do 3 weeks approach. You know that you're gonna do the long term approach, and that's probably gonna be the best one for a bodybuilder prepping for a contest. But for anyone that just wants to get in shape, I recommend a short one, probably just a short 3 weeks intense, then get back onto the bulking phase again. And I don't think I did cover this. The reason why the large deficit intense diet, we could say, is more beneficial is because you're only doing it for 3 weeks, whereas the long diet's for like 6 to 8 weeks, right? And after those 3 weeks, you can get back in a bulking phase, and that's where you want to be. Especially if you're like my age, you're young, you want to get as much muscle as you can. Your hormones are optimal, everything's good. So as always, I kind of felt like this video was all over the place, but as long as someone gets some value out of this and I help at least one person, and I'll be grateful for that. So let me know if I at least help you, and as always, stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.